Welcome to Cuba, my favorite country in the Caribbean. It's a place where cars look like this, where buildings look like this, and where Wi-Fi, well, it really doesn't work.
Cubano.
Welcome to Cuba! Definitely the best way to see Havana is by cruising in a convertible. This video is a little bit different because I'm here with my YouTube post-production team to celebrate the recent success of the channel. We got AJ.
Hola.
Gage.
What's good?
Joe.
What's up?
Graham.
Heyo.
Mateo.
I like YouTube.
And that is the dream team. Together, we will take you around Cuba's lovely capital city of Havana to find out what makes this place so special and why it seems to be stuck in the 1950s. All the signs here are so retro. Check this out. As outsiders, our goal is to find raw stories from the Cuban people in hopes of understanding what life is like in this communist nation that is blacklisted by most Western media.
That has Cubans facing their worst economic crisis in decades.
But first, we have to get there, and I'm already running into a big problem at the airport. The immigration police confiscated my drone and locked it up in the back room, detaining me for more than 2 hours while they documented every step and asked a million questions. I hope I get it back when I leave the country. It took an hour and a half for her to write by pen. Pages. After a very stressful experience in the airport, we're here, we made it. Yeah! There's our ride. I planned it for you, just for you. What do you think, Joe?
That was cute. My first thought was to look for a seatbelt. LOL.
Right away, the guys are loving the colorful antique cars. It really is a thing in Cuba. The ride is bumpy and smells like a gas leak, but the air is fresh and the streets of Havana are looking dark and mysterious. We finally arrived to our Airbnb so we could crash and get ready for a full day of adventure tomorrow. We have this amazing host that's unexpected here. Her name's Patricia. So I got us this whole Airbnb here. It's like a penthouse, all the different rooms, right in the middle of downtown Havana, the old city.
We've each got, there's what, 6 rooms?
Yeah.
This place is sick, man. It's super cool.
Woo! You excited, Graham?
Oh yeah.
Coolest part to this Airbnb is this little rooftop, which I'm going to see for the first time. Wow. I mean, this is just epic. Look at the whole views of the city from up here. What do you guys think so far? First impressions?
It's active.
Yeah, very active.
Havana is the capital city of Cuba and is where all the action takes place. Only 200 miles from Miami, the historic Old Town is so beautiful that it was named a World Heritage Site by UNESCO. It is surrounded by 4 plazas where you can find picturesque monuments, fortresses, churches, and palaces from different periods of time. And walking around here really feels like you're stuck in the 1950s. Wild, man. When's the last time you saw a payphone? First time out of the USA.
That's right.
And yeah. And how is it so far?
It's incredible. It's almost exactly what I pictured, which is great. I think it's gonna feel weird going back. Yeah.
The city offers one of the most comprehensive collections of retro buildings and distinguished architecture in the world, ranging from Baroque to Art Deco. But if there's one thing that stands out about Havana, it's the cars.
So I can tell you all the year of the Chevrolet. That is Chevrolet 1954. Probably 53. I am not sure of that small motorcycle we call a coco taxi. Go have the shape of a coconut. So this is in a Chevrolet, looks like a 52. That is in a Mercury, and that one is in a Buick. And this is in a Cadillac, probably 1952. Jump in a Cadillac.
You like that one?
Yeah.
All right, we are about to roll in 1950s cars around Havana. This is your father?
Yes, this man is my father. He's almost dead.
Is he late?
He's late.
Mucho gusto.
Hola.
Drew.
Carlos. Good to meet you.
Carlos, nice to meet you.
Mateo, nice to meet you.
There's a lot of cool things that you can do in life, but nothing's better than cruising around in a 1950s Chevrolet in Havana. And our friends are here. Man.
I vouch.
AJ, what are your thoughts?
My thoughts, 0 thoughts.
For the record, I had the idea for a team trip and I pitched Dominican Republic, and AJ goes, no, Cuba. And I said, yes, Cuba. and then I booked everyone's flights, and now we're here.
That's because I'm a communist.
The old school American vehicles are left over from the era of the 1959 revolution, when the Castro regime prohibited citizens from purchasing new cars. 3 years later, the US established a trade embargo which essentially cut off nearly all imports and exports with Cuba. Only those vehicles physically on the island at the time of the embargo could be freely traded or sold among the people, and roughly 60,000 vehicles are still in operation today. But if you want to drive a car in today's economic state, you better bring your patience. That huge line of cars behind me are people waiting in line to fill up their car with gasoline because there's a huge shortage here. That's the gasoline line? How many hours?
How many days? Hours? Oh, days.
Dude, I don't know if the camera got it, but the line went all the way down the block. Even more than the block. Cuba's gas crisis has become a pressing issue with big consequences. The country relies heavily on imported petroleum, and with the tightening of sanctions and trade restrictions, the availability of fuel has dwindled down to almost nothing. The countryside of Cuba is particularly affected, with industries like agriculture and transportation taking a big hit, limiting food production and distribution nationwide. The gas crisis has created a domino effect on the overall economy, intensifying hardships faced by the population. Personally speaking, I have empathy for the Cuban people, and I'm well aware that being in Cuba as a tourist is a very different situation. We're walking around Revolution Square and it's pretty empty. You get this big feeling of emptiness because we're walking on this concrete that's massive.
It's just a tower. Fidel Castro stood up there from the speeches. And the longest
Oh, really?
speech was 8 hours.
He had a speech there for 8 hours.
Yeah, and this place full of people.
All communist countries that I've been to have this like eerie feel. I don't know, emptiness and sadness.
Liam.
Like Caracas, Venezuela has a square like this, and Pyongyang, North Korea has a square like this. This does have Pyongyang vibes, dude.
Yeah?
Yes, it has Pyongyang vibes.
I don't feel surveillance though. I don't
No,
feel like I'm
that's
being
true.
watched.
It's a good point. Why is Che Guevara in Cuba?
He joined to Fidel and Raúl Castro, and he came and he was part of the most important part of the Cuban revolution to get the power.
Are you proud to be Cuban?
Yes, I am.
Cuba faces a tough situation due to its political history, resulting in a poor quality of life for its citizens. Decades of communist rule have held back economic growth, so Cubans are living through hardships like poverty, limited access to goods and services, and a lack of opportunities. For example, the average salary is less than $50 per month, making it very difficult to make ends meet. Moreover, access to basic healthcare and education is compromised by the government. But America's role in aggravating these difficulties through embargoes and sanctions has further complicated the struggles faced by the Cuban people. And yet, strangely, we feel welcomed here, and despite their limited freedoms, the locals remain happy in the streets and proud of their identity. We're just walking on the street here and there's like people on stilts, some kind of parade in front of us.
Cuba!
This is why I decided not to take a nap and come out. Yeah.
Walking around the streets, you find things like cannons just laying on the ground. Just a cannon. When in Havana, don't forget to look up. We're about to check out a cigar factory here in Havana. It is so cool. These are boxes of Monte Cristos.
Yeah, I love these vintage boxes.
These are so valuable in the States.
Seriously.
And if you don't know, cigars in Cuba, this is where they originate from. It's so crazy to be here. This bottle of rum is $3,750. Thank you very much. Behind me is a little fruit stand, fruits and vegetables. It's cool that you have people's houses, they just open up their door and they sell things. Like here they sell fruit. Check this out, 70 cents per pound. They're literally just chilling inside watching TV. We popped into an old bookstore here. Man, look at all the books in the back here.
It's just cool. Like I geek out about this shit. It's a great souvenir.
This is the square that we were standing on earlier, and that's Castro just dictating hundreds of thousands of people.
I bought 4 books. This, I think it's the Cuban Constitution, and this was printed here in 1943.
Wandering around this old town, all the streets feel the same.
Gato.
Meow, meow!
Oh god. Cuidado, please.
Oh, yeah.
And a gun falls on the ground.
Look at baby, look at this.
Where?
You like Donald Trump?
Hey, Trump! No, Trump! Fucking Obama.
Obama?
Obama,
Obama.
Obama, good.
This place is La Bodeguita del Medio. It's famous by Hemingway and special for the mojito.
Luis,
Yeah.
soy cubano. Cubano. Superstar.
Bro, when was that?
¿Tú estás en ahí?
If there's one thing to remember about Cuba, it's the people. Everyone is looking out for us and smiling.
Bienvenidos a Cuba.
Hola, mi amigo, ¿qué todo está bien?
My carriola. I like my carriola. Viento me empuja a volar y veo en el aire una ciudad.
¿Cómo te llamas?
Princesa.
Princesa. Hola. Con mucho gusto. I gotta tell you, at least from a tourist point of view, it feels very safe here, and you never know who you're bound to come across. I met a guy with a yarmulke and he says he's Jewish. Julio, ¿dónde está la sinagoga?
Acosta y Picota.
Kino.
No, Acosta. Pueblo.
Me gusta tu yarmulke. Wow, increíble. That was pretty wild to meet a Jewish guy just chilling on the side of the road. It just shows that Judaism's everywhere, culture's everywhere. Come to a place like Cuba, never expect to meet Jews, but hey, it happens everywhere. Tonight we are going to go out and explore the nightlife of Havana, which I've been told is amazing. Hey! We got bottle service! We're going to first hit up the bars and then go to a place called the Tropicana, which if you don't know what it is, stay tuned. It's my first time going and it's going to be epic. We are rolling up in style to the Tropicana, the most famous nightlife spot here in Cuba.
I feel fancy.
You look fancy, bro.
Whoa, this is actually amazing.
The Tropicana is a famous show that dates back to 1939, and you may have heard the name because a hotel in Las Vegas is named after it. It's famous for its colorful cabaret shows and fusion of Afro-Cuban music that also showcases traditional Caribbean dances. I have heard so much about this place, and man, we are in for a real treat. We're at the Tropicana show, and it's awesome. How's the show? AJ got caught on stage. The Tropicana was everything we expected to see, and it really makes us proud to experience such a colorful and vibrant culture. We hitched a ride back home to sleep off all that rum and charge our batteries for tomorrow. Running early after a long night of drinking. Ready to rock and roll?
Hell
AJ, ready to rock and roll?
Did I got 8 o'clock? I was tapped out.
Oh, hi Mateo. Buenos dias.
Buenos dias.
How'd you sleep?
Amazing. I didn't realize I was asleep for another hour.
Our Airbnb host has fed us some lovely breakfast. We have scrambled eggs, toast, and butter, and honey and cinnamon, and coffee and tea, and sandwiches. I do realize that we are all coming to Cuba as American tourists, and the life for the Cuban people is not so glamorous. My goal before we leave tomorrow morning is to make a Cuban friend and hear real stories about the struggles that they are living through. So we hopped in the car, ready to explore the city, and as soon as I started talking to Mateo, I learned something really special. So my boy Mateo is actually part Cuban. How are you Cuban?
My abuela.
Your abuela's Cuban, and
Yes.
this is his first time here, and we are actually tracing down her house. How you feeling?
Nervous. This is cool. I'm excited. My abuela fled to Mexico in 1959, 1960. Rough years. Went to Mexico, then the U.S. when she met my abuelo, who was living in the U.S. at the time. They've never been back. Now it's a school. Yeah, now it's a school.
It's a school.
And it's called Big House, my dear.
No.
Probably
Your,
the
abuela, your grandmother owned the big house. Woo!
Wow, wait.
How old do you think the house is?
Can be of the 50s, of the 30s.
Yeah, that's probably the original house.
Sounds about right. Like, my great abuelo did well, or his abuelo.
Yeah,
my
man,
great
this is a
abuelo.
baller house. It's crazy to just put yourself back in time and like imagine what it was like. Family is so important. Number one, at the end of the day, the only thing that matters is family and the health of your family. When I went to Vienna, I went to my grandfather's house that he was born in. I found the address, and it's just like surreal to be standing in a place that you know your grandparents lived. It's emotional.
It really is. It really is emotional.
How has being part Cuban like formed your identity? Like, do you have memories as a kid eating Cuban food, Spanish speaking?
Yeah, Cuban food and traditions, things at New Year's, language. But it's funny, just because growing up and looking so white think there was always an element of me too that didn't ever fully feel like I was Cuban, even if my family told me I was, because I didn't look like the other people I knew who were Cuban. So that's something that even in the last like few years I've really started to feel more comfortable with and grapple with and embrace. Yeah, I think I was ashamed and confused about it for a long time. So just getting to be here too, is like, that makes it that much more special. Like, holy shit.
Yeah.
People that I talk to like all the time spent their childhood there. That's crazy.
That's so cool, dude.
That's crazy.
When you travel, you just put yourself in situations that are cool and life-changing. That's a good example.
That's part of the beauty, man.
It is burning hot outside, and we need something refreshing to cool us down, so we are on our way into the suburbs of Havana to get some ice cream and hopefully make a local friend. We are about to head to an ice cream shop. It was built in the 50s under Castro, and apparently it's been exactly the same since then. There's a crazy line system here where on 4 different points of this place, people are just standing around to get in, and we can't get in. So our driver, which is the father of our lovely host, is trying to sneak us through. So he's just like, wait here, when you see me wave you in, come in. We gotta keep our eye on him. He's now talking to the police guard. This is such a gangster. 15 minutes later, he gave us the wink and we made our way inside. We're trying to figure out this place. We just sat down and then we ordered and then they're like, sit down at the other table, that one's reserved. So we're just kind of chilling here, trying to figure it out. But the cool thing is that we're surrounded by Cubans. And this is the only place so far in Havana that I really feel like I'm just in the country. No tourists. And apparently this ice cream shop has been around since the 50s. It was actually opened under Fidel Castro and it has been unchanged. The recipe, the style, the vibe, pretty awesome. I'm pretty pumped for the ice cream. Ice cream, helados, 4. Sí. I guess we're ordering again. We ordered and then 20 minutes later she came back and was like, what did you order? We're like, 4 scoops. So then she went back to the kitchen. I think they keep bringing everybody else around us, so I don't know, they might be with us. We have no luck making local friends here because everyone is awkwardly staring at us. But the ice cream did come, and man, it looks tasty. Alright, they actually call this a 5-scoop salad, and I think you can see why. Every different flavor in a bowl. I don't even know what flavor it is on top, but that's pretty good. I gotta say something, the food in Cuba is not all that great, which is why there hasn't been any food content in this video. But this ice cream, on the other hand, is spectacular. It has that sweetness and that texture, and it's very rich, but it slaps.
I'm not really sure what flavors we got here.
Yeah, that's what, I cannot put my finger on it.
Right?
It's like vanilla and
not quite
and caramel.
I think it tastes more like
almost
coffee.
like chocolate. Oh yeah, like coffee. It's so confusing. Every time I try to think of like what the flavor is, it's a different flavor.
But it's good though.
This was vanilla for sure, but I don't know what.
Oh yeah, it's really
what's
good.
going on here.
I think it's safe to say that there will never be a stranger ice cream experience ever in any of our lives. We are heading back into the heart of Havana to walk around the streets with the hopes of meeting someone Cuban who would be willing to open up about their experience living under communism. Here we are in a beautiful spot in Havana. It's amazing. We've got the sea right in front of us. We got old cars, old buildings.
Dude, it's crazy. Water's so blue.
Where are you from?
America.
USA?
USA.
First time in Cuba?
Second time.
My country is good?
Your country's amazing, bro.
Yeah? Havana glue.
Havana?
Yeah.
Gracias.
A ver, ¿qué? Que le voy a partir la cabeza. Abre la tribuna esa. Dame ahí.
Muy amable. Buenos días.
America y Cuba good brother.
The friend
Nice
for
people.
long time, but the problem for long time is between government, not between people. American people is very welcome here in Cuba. They have.
This awesome lady we just met on the street invited us somewhere. Where are we going, AJ?
I have no idea.
She's very kind. So we feel good in our hearts about it, so we're following her. Kid, where's she taking us?
No idea. I think maybe to salsa. I don't know.
¿Dónde vamos?
Al bar de la preferida, Guantanamera.
¿Cerca or?
Very close to here.
This bar is super cool and super local. It's literally a hole in the wall. It's a tiny little room, like the size of someone's bedroom. Graffiti all over the walls, pictures of Che Guevara and Charlie Chaplin. And we're just hanging out with our new friend named Laura, who just literally found us on the street and invited us here. Pretty awesome.
Cuba is very nice country because here in Cuba, the school is free, you no can pay nothing for the school, to the kindergarten and for the university. But the doctor is free too, The dentist is free too, but the more bigger problem for us is because the system, socialista, comunista, is very good and the thinking. But Marx Lenin rating very well, it's very beautiful. You know, everybody's the same. But for the tourists it's good, because you're making more local money. But for the Cuban people, no good. The salary is very down and the price for everything is crazy expensive. And this is impossible for us. It's for the reason that the young people is very angry right now. But for me it's impossible I talk like this, but I don't care. No problem. Finish.
Thank you for sharing. Thank you.
No, don't worry. If I go into the prison, I'm no problem. I don't care. Please. American and Cuban, friend forever.
This woman's bravery surprised all of us, and it goes to show that people are not their governments. This is a common realization that I've learned from my travels to every country, and even if this is the first time overseas for some of my team, we can all agree that the Cuban people are perhaps the most spirited in the world. They remain proud of their history, and they welcome American tourists despite the embargoes that we've inflicted on them. It's not that Cubans want to be stuck in the 1950s, it's just that sadly, they have no choice. More than 60 years after the revolution, the country is still fighting for their most basic human rights, and it's difficult to sit down and listen to what they are telling us. Thank you so much for watching this story, and I'll see you guys next week. Oh, and in case you were wondering, I did get my drone back after a wild goose chase through the airport.